Welcome to Amira Salon's channel. This is Milagros and I will be doing the October readings for each one of the 12 zodiac signs. This is a general reading, so you're invited to watch your moon sign and your ascendant as well. Let's begin. This month we're going to be using the Lover's Path Tarot and the Iris deck. I'm going to list down below the authors of these decks so that you can look them up if you're interested in purchasing the decks. And I'm going to be doing a Celtic cross using this deck, and I'm going to be pulling one advice card from the Iris deck as we did last month. Taurus, this is your reading for October in regards to love. So we have in the center of the spread the Seven of Arrows. That is a card that speaks about the things that we don't speak about, actually. The things that we keep under the surface, the unspoken thoughts, the unspoken words, the unspoken actions, the things that we do and we do not want them to just be out there. It can represent, because it's a general reading, the things that you are hiding from somebody else, or it can represent the things that are being hidden from you. Whether it's information, whether it's feelings, because it doesn't always have to be like an affair or a lie. It can sometimes be a feeling that we don't really know if we are sure that we have for somebody else, and we're just keeping it there until we can be sure. It can be a situation that we're trying to keep away from the other person because it might potentially harm him or her. And I see that what is crossing the situation is the Two of Cups, that it's the card of the couple or the card of love, similar to the card of love actually. So I think that this is the main focus of this month in regards to a relationship. There is something around the relationship, around the other person or the interaction with the other person that is being hidden. And it's not, I mean, you're starting to see probably this relationship or connection to the other person like a little bit of a problem to find this out. It's like you might be overwhelmed or you might be overlooking some of the things because of what you feel for this person. And you want to find the opportunity to open that door, to open that gate, and to find out what is going on, what's the deal. So I think that this month in your head, you want to be a little bit more rational. This card has to do with being rational as well. It has to do with being practical. It has to do with putting your focus in job or in less, let's say, romantic matters. You want to keep cool. You want to take the chance during this time to do something that helps you deal better with this situation, because I think that this is a situation, that has left some disappointment in the past. It doesn't mean necessarily that this person has given you nothing and you have given everything. It means that what you have received is not exactly what you asked for. It might be that you ask for this person to tell you something and she or him prefer to let it, to not speak about it. It might be that you ask for a very specific requirement or something from this person and you felt or you are feeling that you didn't quite get it. So this has generated or created underneath feeling of like not feeling fully satisfied by what you have achieved in this situation or in this relationship. It is like you had some level of expectations on this and it was not completely fulfilled during this period of time. So you want to just take or get some clarity from this, but you don't really know. I mean, the feeling that this reading gives me is that you don't really know what approach or which approach to take, because there is a little bit of everything. And I also see fire. Like I see that towards the end or the middle of the month, you're going to get a little bit more boosted by knowing what is going on. You're going to probably be also in a defensive situation with the other person. Like this is a person that is fighting against a dragon. It can mean that you have a good connection with this person, but you want to also protect yourself from that connection because you feel that it might potentially harm you. And you want to take some distance from that because you don't know what to expect. Also have in mind that we have 3 sevens, that they are creating a triangle. And this means that there is a lot of instability during this period of time. That though you want to find a foundation, you want to build the things from scratch, and you need that foundation. You're an earth sign. You need some sort of stability. You need some sort of assurance from the other side, and I feel that you're not getting it quite. So that is what is creating all this conflict. this dissatisfaction, this not being able to trust the other side, this defensive attitude are being created from something that is not there, that you haven't received, and that is very important for you in order to move on from that point. What I see on how the energy is right now, I get the Queen of Staves. That is a woman of fire. So whether it represents somebody from Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries, or somebody with that characteristics, or whether it represents you, it can also mean that you are going to take, or you are taking at the time being, a very, or a more, I won't say aggressive approach, but maybe a little bit more, you're more in a fight mode. Like you are defending, but you are also in a place where you want to take care of your energy, where you want to take the matters in your own hands, in where you want to get some sort of a light, a clarity over what is going on. Like there is, I get the feeling, the energy that I get from the reading is that you really, really, really want to know, you really want to understand what is the root of all this. And during this time, I think that you are going to actively search for it. If you haven't in the previous months, I think that this month it is something that is coming up really in a very, very strong way. From the surroundings, I get the Fortune, or the Wheel of Fortune card, that has to do with destiny, or the things that are supposed to happen in a specific way without us really being able to change how it happens in a major scale. So I think that from your surroundings, you are going to get encouragement from the people telling you, like, look, stop being too into this matter, stop being so much into your head, and just try to find an outlet for the energy that you have at the time being, or just try to let life show you what is going to happen. It can also mean that the other person appearing into your life, it is a predestined person, like it is meant, that person is meant to appear into your life, or that person is very important for a cycle to be completed into your life, and that the person is going to still be there because there is still something pending. It can also mean that you are getting some sort of advice from life in regards to what to do. It is like the people around you can give you an advice on how you can take an approach to this matter, but sometimes it's better to just see the symbols that life is giving you, see the circumstances, and take a conclusion, or take it from there. So if what you're expecting from the people or from this other person is to go out in the open and say all the things that you want to hear, probably this month you are going to have to help the whole process, because I see that whatever is going to happen, it is going to happen in its own time. I get from the unexpected, the King of Coins, that can be a person from your own, it can be yourself because it's an earth sign, or it can be somebody from the sign of, Taurus, it can be Capricorn, it can be Virgo. Sorry about that, but I am trying to think in different languages. So, okay, so we have a person that might potentially be one of that 3 earth signs that it is going to appear, is going to come up really strongly during this month. It can be that it is somebody that has been in your life already, but you have never realized that you can really, really rely on that person. Or it can be that you know that it is a person that you can rely on, and you are going to him, you are seeking for his help in order to get an advice on this situation. And I think that this person is going to help you a lot to get some clarity. If it is not another person, it might be yourself, that you are going to realize that you actually have the power, you have the vision, the perspective to understand how things are supposed to be going, and that you actually have the truth in your hand, that you actually have what it takes to figure out how to solve this issue, and that suddenly during this month you are going to say, hey, the answer was within myself all this time and I just needed to see clearly. Or it is something that is going to come up unexpectedly. It is something that you haven't been considering, and that is coming strongly this month as a way to help you sort out this situation. And the outcome is very good, actually. Is the Awakening card, which is the equivalent of the Sun. And the Sun is a very good card that has to do with clarity. So within all these emotions and these different energies for you, Taurus, this is going to be an intense month for you. And I think that after this struggle that you are actually facing, or these different thoughts, these different approaches to these matters, you're going to get clarity towards the end of the month. You're going to get clarity, whether it is you finding out what is going on or you realizing that you don't really need to know every single detail and that you can be fine. But just by knowing that the truth will come out on its own at some point. I get as the advice card something that is never truly yours. And this card has to do with realizing or knowing that we cannot really possess people as property. Although you wish that this person would stay by your side, you really cannot do it. I mean, we do not belong to anybody. We have, our life is, not even our life really belongs to us. We are temporary in this world, and all that we own is also temporary, and we don't really own it. So I think that during this month, the lesson is try not to cling to things or to people, because they do not, it doesn't mean that because you cling to them, they will always be there. I think that it's better to just realize that whatever is meant to stay, it is going to stay either way. Do not cling also to a thought or to a feeling, and let it out, release. I think that it is a month to release. It is a month in which you are going to benefit from releasing that feelings, that thoughts, that words, that ideas that are probably weighing you down. And I think it's going to be positive for you in order to have a better rest of the year. As I was saying in the beginning of the video, this is just a general reading to give you an idea of how the things will go during this month. If you want to book a personal reading with me, you can do it by clicking on the link on the description of the video. If you like the video, you can give a thumbs up, you can share it, you can subscribe to the channel so that you will be notified every time I upload the new videos for the next months. And I really hope you have the best month of October. See you next month. Thank you.